This is your dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santagio. Starting from humble beginnings, Nick has been beating the markets for over 2 decades. He shares with you his take on the profitable trades that will have you moving towards financial freedom in no time at all. To see an in-depth review of his track record and much more, go to inthemoneystocks.com.
Welcome. This is your daily dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santagio. I'm Kerry Lutz. Today is 1/7/2021, and this is show number 184. Hard to believe, Nick. Well, elections come and go, but the stock market is forever.
So they say. At least for now, it is.
Yeah, so the drama's over. It played out pretty much the way I expected from election night on. We don't need to dwell upon that. The question is, what's going to happen next?
Yeah, so, right now when you look at the markets, they're holding up pretty well. Today we have a pretty big advance. The NASDAQ, which was very weak yesterday, is the big winner today, trading up over 2%. But the real story really is the Russell 2000. That represents small cap companies in the United States. And when the Russell is strong, there's nothing really wrong.
Yeah, so when the Russell's strong, go long, right?
That's it, pretty much. And that's been a winning recipe so far. So we stick with the trend as long as we can. I think when we get to inauguration date or a little bit past that, I think that's really when traders want to be on guard. But right now, markets continue to roll on, and they're up across the board today.
Hey, well, that's the fascinating thing, because we focus on all this minutia, all these other things in life, and the markets know everything, right? So their perspective, they can be manipulated and all that, short term, longer term, but eventually the truth comes through.
Yeah, and honestly, Kerry, that's why I use charts. Honestly, I'm never smart enough to figure out the story. I never have ever been any good at figuring out the story. But one thing I can figure out is the trend. And the trend in this market has been up, and it stayed up. And, going back to really right before the election, right on this program, I said, I'm looking for a bottom right before the election. And that bottom has taken place, and we've been up ever since.
Yeah, so isn't that interesting? And it doesn't even matter who the victor is.
No, it doesn't matter. And it never has mattered. It always is about the charts. It's about market sentiment. It's the footprint of human nature, and that's why we use charts.
Yeah, so and the charts will filter out the emotions, expectations, exuberance, all of that stuff, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't even watch CNBC these days. I don't watch Fox Business. I don't watch any of these things. I just watch the charts. I keep a Newswire headline, a generic Dow Jones Newswire headline up, just in case there's some attack or something that goes off you want to be a little bit careful of. But honestly, you just watch the charts and you just follow the trend and let it tell you what to do.
Yeah, exactly. And I couldn't agree with you more, because anytime I get involved with thinking that I can figure something out, get an edge up on the market, it never works. So
it doesn't work for me either. And I've been in this business a long time.
Yeah, and you've made a lot more money at it than me. And hey, look, you draw from so many sources of intelligence and market wisdom that's why we do this show. So let's look at the jobless claims. We're under 800,000 again. Hallelujah, right?
Yeah, jobless claims came in at, I think, 787,000. So under that 800,000 marker. And, that's a good sign. It's nothing great. It's not where we want to be, but it's a good sign, at least in the near term. As for continuing claims, they decreased to 5.072 million from a revised count of 5.198 million. So basically, this is somewhat in line with expectations.
All right. So, it's a slow slag. Do you think now that the election's over, we'll start to see other states open up again? Is this totally politically motivated or what?
You know how I feel, Kerry. I think it's been politically motivated since the beginning. So I have to say that, I think eventually states will start to open up. But the damage that has been done is really going to take a long, long time to recover. So we're going to have to watch for that. Again, the markets and the economy are not necessarily on the same path. So again, we'll be watching to see what the markets do, and then we'll watch what Main Street does as well. But they're not necessarily going to run together.
Yeah, well, that's to be expected, though, isn't it?
That is to be expected. And, as a trader, people have to realize that the market's a leading indicator. The economy is a lagging indicator. So sometimes, the economy may look like it's starting to do better, but guess what? The stock market may have some damage on the horizon forecasting what the economy can do down the road.
Yeah, it's going to have some other ideas, huh?
That's right. And I think that's what traders have to watch for in 2021.
Yeah, so we're going to see this volatility, this intense craziness, and probably a lot of irrationality on the geopolitical scene as well, aren't we?
I believe we will. And, if we haven't already started to see that in the beginning of 2021, I think it's a movie trailer for things to come.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, so let's just talk quickly about gold and silver.
Yeah, so today we have the GLD, which is gold ETF, trading down about 44 cents. Gold futures are up $5.50. Yesterday, gold took a little bit of a hit, though. So, again, I don't think there's anything terrible here. I think there's just more backing and filling. And, I've been saying that for a while since we got to that pivotal high in August. But ultimately, this is how a very bullish chart pattern is formed on the bigger time frame. So just be patient with gold and silver. Short-term trading is fine there, but I think the bigger move is still down the road.
All right. Well, this is pretty exciting stuff here. I think you're right, but the strength that it showed, like out of the gate, pretty impressive. And now probably we'll see a sideways. But then again, seasonally, this is a really good time of year for precious metals, isn't it?
It is. But you got to just remember, gold just had a nice move from late November all the way into yesterday. And yesterday you had a nice little reversal day, which was to be expected. And now you just see how it plays out, and you just watch that chart pattern. But remember, chart patterns come in different variations, meaning different time frames. You have your daily, your weekly, your monthly, your quarterly, your yearly. So I like the longer term time frame for gold a lot. And I think, when you look at the established trend that gold is in, it's projecting a lot higher price, but, it's still down the road a bit.
All right. Well, I think we will leave it at that. Make sure you go over, look at Nick's site, inthemoneystocks.com, along with his trading record. The Twitter feeds are at ITMS, at Nick Santiago 01, at Kerry Lutz. Email us, kl@kerrylutz.com. Again, I'm very thankful to be back here with you, Nick, surviving what was really a incredibly trying, unpleasant experience, but we're here to talk about it and write the postmortem rather than having the postmortem written for us. So we have to be grateful for that, and we will pick up where we left off tomorrow, Nick.
Thank you, Kerry, and it's great to have you back.
And so concludes another episode of Daily Market Wisdom with Master Trader Nick Santiago. Be sure to go to his website, inthemoneystocks.com. Don't forget the Twitter feeds at ITMS and at Nick Santiago 01.